Welcome to the not so beautiful south of France this morning. You can see it as an overcast day. For the second time this weekend, we race. Dolly Bierman, the Brit from pole stalls. About to wave. It's the German driver, the German team here in the south of France. Wins race 2 of the Italian F4 Championship. Fabulous victory for Tim Tramnitz. One of the most exotic locations on earth is home to one of the most famous race circuits in the world. Good afternoon as we welcome you to Paul Ricard, the Grand Prix circuit on the French Riviera for race 3, round 1 of the 2021 Italian F4 Championship, powered by Abarth, presented by WSK Promotion, together with the Automobile Club of Italy, simply known as ACI Sport. This is the famous circuit which was built just on half a century ago. We are back. We have crossed the border into the south of France for the first round of the 2021 Championship. It is race 3 of the weekend. Race 1 yesterday was won by Kirill Small and Tim Tramnitz, who will start on pole position. There he is at the bottom left of your screen. He took race 2 victory this morning for the US racing team. You look at Tim from Hamburg in Germany, Rookie of the Year in the German Series in 2020. Starts out of pole position for the German team, who dominated, coming home first, second and sixth this morning. Ollie Bierman, he started from pole in race 2, stalled off the start. He gets a second chance for a front row launch out of grid 2 as you look at Sebastian Montoya. A great run this morning, consistently in the top 3. The American-born Colombian driver, the second-generation racer, car 6 for the Prema Power team. Luke Browning, last year's British F4 champion. Also for the US racing team, a brilliant drive for Luke this morning to finish on the podium. This is Vlad Lomko. The Russians attack. They're here in force. Vlad also for US racing, starting out of grid 5 alongside Konrad Lausen. There is the Dane who was penalised for an incident this morning with one of the RSGP drivers. We'll go through the grid for you as it stretches all the way back to the final corner. Yes, 37 cars on the grid. It's the first of 7 rounds for 2021, the 8th edition of the world's most competitive junior racing series. As we look at the grid, it is Tim on pole, the race 2 winner out of grid 1. Ollie Bierman alongside Sebastian, then Luke Browning, Vlad Lomko, and the Dane Konrad Lausen. Leo Fornaroli, he's the top Italian out of grid 7, alongside another Russian, Nikita Bedran, the WSK Supermaster Series karting champion of 2020, now with Van Amersfoort Racing. Kirill Small, the Russian, who won race 1 yesterday alongside Josh Dirksen, Josh Dufek, and Hamda from the Emirates out of 12. We go to Francesco Simonazzi, who's alongside one of 3 Mexicans in the field, Santiago Ramos, Ben Spalint, Victor Bernier, the 2018 Junior World Kart Racing Champion. Maya, who had a bent car, a broken, damaged car in race 2 this morning. She limped to the line. She starts out of 17th alongside Lorenzo Petrese for AKN Motorsport. Han Sanyu from Nanjing in China for Van Amersfoort Racing alongside Kasper Stuka, Eric Zuniga, Leonardo Bizzotto. Here are the Italians, Francesco Braschi, who ended in the wall on lap 1 of race 2 this morning, Pietro Armani for Team Iron Lynx. Then we keep going back. Suleiman Zanfari looking to make amends after he was taken out within sight of the checkered flag this morning. Alongside Piotr Wisnicki, Jonas Reed, Semi Megatunif, Levente Revesh, and Giorgio Marco Giannis for Cram Motorsport is out of grid 30. Then we go to Jorge Garciache, Nico Baptiste, the Colombian Pedro Perino, Aaron Redshepi, Marcus Aman, Vittorio Catino, and Samir Ben way back on grid 37. What a field for round 1 of the Italian F4 Championship. You can see the leaders heading onto the Mistral Straight. And those starting further back in the pack, just coming down through turns 3, 4 and 5 now. Kirill Smale taking the first race victory of 2021 yesterday, and Tim Tramnitz, who will start out of pole position in a few moments' time. The formation lap, it is a 30-minute plus 1 lap race under, surprisingly, sunny skies here this afternoon, surprisingly, because, well, I have to switch to an iPhone. Possibly that's not an advertisement. I'll tell you why, because the Android weather app just told me a few moments ago to expect rain in Le Castellet around about 7 minutes ago. That did not happen. Instead, we've got beautiful sunshine here in springtime in the Northern Hemisphere. It's Giorgio Marcogiannis going through. The Greek driver, the nation that has produced so many rally stars, but never a Formula One driver. Giorgio looking to change that as he embarks on a full season with cram competition. Car 79 for the legendary team of Gabriele Rosé, who has had some fantastic drivers over the years, the likes of Jaime Alguersuari, Ben Henley, the 2012 Spanish Formula One Grand Prix winner, Pastor Maldonado, and also Felipe Massa, the driver who was the 2008 Formula One World Champion for all of about 41 seconds. Giorgio Marcogiannis leads the cram attack for 2021, but it is the German driver, the German team, Tim Tramnitz, on pole position in this super international Italian F4 Championship. There is the pole sitter, Tim. Ollie Bierman, if you missed race 2 this morning, the Van Amersfoort Racing Team driver started from pole position, stalled off the line, managed to restart incredibly, drove superbly to recover to finish in 9th. Has another crack at a front row start alongside his former teammate, Tim Tramnitz. Once again, Ian Salvestrin with you in commentary for the Italian F4 Championship. The most competitive junior motor racing series in the world, have no doubt about that, with all due respect to the other categories racing in 2021. A fabulous sight still they form up. The last year for this Tata chassis, there is Hamda from the Emirates in car 88 for the Prema Power team. Tim to the right of your screen, Ollie to the left. Race 3, round 1 of the 2021 Formula 4 Italian Championship. Welcome to the south of France. Welcome to Paul Ricard. We wait for the green flag at the back of the track as the final cars pull into position. Vittorio Catino and Samir Ben. Finally, the green flag, race 3, round 1, for the final time this weekend at Paul Ricard. We race. Not the best start once again for Ollie Bierman. Slots into second. He might be beaten by Montoya, who dives down the inside. Superstar from Tim Tramnitz. His teammate Luke Browning over the ripple strip. And will go into 3rd place. The first of the Van Amersfoort racing cars coming through. And we've got a clean start for race 3. Here this afternoon, Tim is gone. Montoya up to 2nd place. Luke Browning tries the outside of the Prema Power team driver. US Racing run 1 and 3 split by the Prema entry of Sebastian. There's Kirill around the outside. As 37 junior drivers make their way through the first few corners, coming onto the Mistral Straight for the first of what we expect to be 14 times this afternoon. A clean start, which, to be perfectly frank, is a relief. Tim Tramnitz goes into the lead nicely. Montoya on the inside has to defend from Luke Browning. Goes in deep, he'll be vulnerable on the exit. Luke just behind, then it's Vlad Lomko. Contact! Oh no, Nikita Bedren has come together with his countryman Kirill Smale. Can you believe the 2 Russians come together? Nikita Bedren, there is his teammate Ollie Bierman going through. There is a local yellow flag at turn 8 for the moment. Nikita Bedren, not for the first time, the rookie involved in an accident at this first round of the 2021 championship. Montoya in 2nd place. There's the top VAR car of Ollie Beerman from the front row of the grid. The Brit is in P5. Kirill is out. What a disaster for the driver that many are tipping to take the 2001 championship on the podium this morning, P3. He won race 1 yesterday. This afternoon, he's out. Over the ripple strip, has no steering, and wow, comes in sideways and takes out. Can you believe they are the two Russians? Nikita, an innocent bystander in that bedroom, is out. Smull is out as Tim disappears down the road. The German is gone. Montoya second. Defending from Luke Browning, Ollie Beerman in P4. Head of Lomco. Great start by Fornaroli, the top Italian, in P6. Head of Dirksen. Hamda is up into 8th. Here she comes, the girl from Abu Dhabi in the United Arab Emirates. Took a race victory in the UAE F4 Championship to start 2021. In her home nation over in the Gulf in this 37-car field. Hamda is in position 8. Just behind her, that is Francesco Simonazzi. Then we go to Josh Dufek, Victor Bernier, Benz Valent, Santiago Ramos. And we stay green for the moment. So Montoya in second place. There is the double waved yellow flag. They cannot pass into one of the best passing opportunities on the circuit for the moment, the chicane, which is halfway down the Mistral Straight. Tim Tramnitz 2.7 seconds down the road from Montoya, who has managed to stabilise in second place. The RACE GP team of Megatonif, Marcus Amand and Victor Bernier, two of their drivers not finishing this morning. A better run this afternoon. Josh Dufak and Victor Bernier, and also Benz Valent fighting there with the Mexican as well, Santiago Ramos. Jonas Reed just in the background. Drove brilliantly this morning, was inside the top 10, had an issue towards the back end of the race. Jonas Reed, another second generation, in position 15. And Meyer tries to join into this battle as well. Hamda locks the brake. There's Josh going through, Benz Valent, Ramos. And I can tell you, Nikita Bedran is just about to leave pit lane. There he is to the left of your screen. So the Russian back in the race, but he's one lap down. Montoya, Browning, Beerman, Vlad Lomko, Fornaroli. There's Ollie, car 87 for Van Amersfoort Racing. Of course, they won the championship in 2019 with the Red Bull Junior Dennis Hauger, the Norwegian who took the title for the Dutch team. Sebastian on your screen. There's Josh Dirksen, third year in Formula 4 for the Paraguayan, for the BWT Muka Motorsport team. A fabulous pass on Vlad Lomko on the final lap in race 2 this morning to take position 5. As you look at the race leader, Tim, he's gone. Sebastian has to defend from Luke Browning. Down the inside goes Luke, tries to take Sebastian, who defends. The track is now green. There's Ollie in the background. And Sebastian still holds him off. Tim Tramnitz is gone. Sebastian Montoya under enormous pressure. Luke Browning tries the inside, it becomes the outside, and Ollie sits there right as well. Montoya for the moment holds him off. It's the final race of the weekend. There's nothing to lose. There's Fornaroli in the background along with Josh Dirksen. They're 3 wide briefly through the sweeper. Luke goes through once again. It's a US Racing 1-2. Montoya tries to fight back. Vlad Lomko again on the outside. It becomes the inside. Tries to take Ollie Beerman as well. Fornaroli and Josh Dirksen. We go back to Simonazzi. There's Hamda in the background. They're not far if this battle continues to dragging themselves in as well. Montoya on the outside runs off the circuit. There's Simonazzi and Hamda in the background trying to get the slipstream, joining in this battle, which is for the final steps of the podium. Tramnitz disappears down into turn 1. His teammate Luke in P2. Ollie Beerman has taken Montoya. Ollie goes third place. Montoya under attack from Vlad Lomko and Leonardo Fornaroli and Josh Dirksen. What a race here this afternoon. Fornaroli down the inside, Lomko all over the back of the Prema car 6. Here's an opportunity, the Russian senses it. Montoya closes the door, there's Hamda in the background, and she's caught this battle for the final step of the podium as well. Montoya under immense pressure. For the moment, holds 4th place. Bierman already putting space between himself and the number 6 Prema Power Team car as Sebastian checks the mirrors. Right behind him is the ruthless Russian. Vlad Lomko dives up the inside and takes the place. Fabulous pass by Vladislav Lomko. And Leonardo Fornaroli says grazie mille, and the Italian takes Montoya as well. Sebastian going backwards. A fantastic race. This is why this is the most competitive junior motor racing series in the world, as Fornaroli now tries the outside of Vladislav Lomko. Lap 4, race 3, round 1, the Italian F4 Championship. Tim Tramnitz looking to go 2 from 2. If you're just joining our coverage, the race 1 winner yesterday, Kirill Smul, is out. An incident with his countryman Nikita Bedrin, who has rejoined. He's down in 34th place. A hectic start in race 3. Nothing to lose here this afternoon. Leonardo Fornaroli for Team Iron Lynx car 72. That's Josh Dirksen fighting there with Francesco Simonazzi. Tim, the gap from the German to the Brit, it is now 4 seconds. There's Ollie in P3. The second Prema Power Team driver, that is Hamda from the Emirates. She dives down the inside and takes the Italian. Super move from Hamda Alcapesi. She takes him. Hamda now up into position 8 in this 37 car field. Fornaroli and Montoya just ahead. And Santiago Ramos Bensvalent also for the Van Amersfoort Racing Team, 1 place outside the top 10, behind his teammate Josh Dufek. Leonardo Bizzotto just behind that is Jonas Reed. Maya Veg, she's the 3rd rookie at the moment in her 3rd ever car race. So much attention on young Maya, the Belgian-Dutch girl from Valencia in Spain, in the 83 Iron Dames Iron Lynx car. Santiago goes through in car 68 in position 12. Of course, driving for the Jensen Motorsport team, who took the title in 2016 with the Argentine Marcus Siebert. So finally the race starts to settle down as we pass 1/3 race distance. Tim with a 3.9 second lead over his teammate, looking to go 2 from 2. Simonazzi runs off the road. Josh Dufek tries to capitalize on that small error from the Italian. They race down the hill as the sun comes out to shine, and they'll start lap 6 in a moment. There's Sebastian in P6. Montoya in car 6 was in 3rd place but has fallen backwards. Now trying to find some rhythm, some pace, some consistency as he races down the straight. Tim goes down through turn 1. The gap is down to 3.6 seconds. Luke is catching his teammate. There is Ollie Bierman, who did race in 2020 for the US Racing Team. Now with VAR, he's in 3rd place. Francesco Simonazzi trying to defend in car 84, just ahead of Josh Dufek. Simonazzi for BVM Racing, who took that sensational victory in the rain at Monza last year with Pietro Deliguanti. Back with Simonazzi, who's inside the top 10, as Tim disappears down the first part of the Mistral Straight, which is unfortunately still split by the chicane, which will still be in place for the French F1 Grand Prix in 5 weeks' time. Our camera shot, as good as it is, as Ollie checks his left side mirror, does not give you a realistic idea of the incline on the Mistral Straight, climbing some 30 or 40 metres as Nikita pulls back into pit lane. A disappointing weekend for the Russian, who made his car racing debut also in the UAE F4 Championship. The reigning WSK Supermasters Series champion of international karting, having won that race, or that title, that championship, with the Ward Racing Tony Car team in 2020. But it looks as though his first weekend in the Italian F4 Series has come to an end. Simonazzi drifts wide, and Josh Dufek simply takes the opportunity to drive through and takes the place. Simonazzi driving on the absolute edge of the racing line, just went offline ever so slightly. There is enormous marbles being built up. We had the GT Open race earlier this afternoon. The track rubbered in nicely. And Simonazzi just drifted off the racing line as Santiago Ramos goes through in the 68 Gensa Motorsport car. And Josh now moves up to P9. So the order is Tim Tramnitz, Luke Browning, US Racing 1-2, Ollie Bierman, Vlad Lomko P4, Leo Fornaroli P5, Montoya in 6. And then we have Dirksen, Hamda in 8th place, ahead of Josh Dufek 9th, and Francesco Simonazzi rounds out the 10. There's Hamda. Right behind her is the Swiss driver for Van Amersfoort Racing, Santiago Ramos, the Mexican. Quite a distance back to Leonardo Bizzotto. We go further back in the pack. This happened just a few moments ago. Levente Revesh going down the inside, making contact big time with the other Mexican, Eric Zuniga. Wow! Enormous damage to the rear end of the 23 BWT Mucca Motorsport car. There is a yellow flag, obviously, on the final corner. The car's still drivable. Eric Zuniga left the door open, as he's entitled to do, coming on to the straight, but was collected big time through no fault of his own just prior to half race distance. Hamda driving brilliantly. She's in P8, Benz Verlint. There's just behind Sebastian, under attack from Josh Dirksen. The two South American drivers, Sebastian Montoya, car 6 for the Prema Power team, Josh Dirksen from Paraguay for the Berlin-based BWT Mucca Motorsport team. Sebastian, car 6, position 6. This is the Italian just ahead for Team Iron Lynx. Leonardo Fornaroli, there is the yellow flag at turn 15 for the wrecked Gensa Motorsport car of Eric Zuniga. Tim disappears down the road, 3.4 seconds. He's controlling the pace. Half race distance. It's a US Racing 1-2 once again. Browning goes through. There's Ollie in 3rd. From Lonco, Fornaroli, Montoya, Dirksen, Josh, Hamda, and Francesco Simonazzi. Still no safety car. We stay green. They'll try and remove that car. Sebastian uses every piece of the road straight over the ripple strip, down through the bottom part of the circuit, trying to keep the engine RPM up and get the run as he breaks the toe for Josh Dirksen in just a moment as they race up the Mistral straight. These F4 cars reaching just over 220 k's an hour at this circuit. A top speed, would you believe, for these F4 cars, remember they just have 160 horsepower at Monza, of 248 k's an hour. Bierman, Lomco, and Leo Fornaroli, Montoya, and Dirksen. That's Josh going through from Simonazzi, who retakes the place from Honda. Behind is Benz Verlin, good drive again for the Hungarian, and Santiago Ramos. Ramos gets the toe from the Hungarian Benz Verlin, he knows it. Goes to his right, your left. And Santiago simply says, well, I'll try the outside. Fornaroli, meanwhile, he's in great form in P5. The top Italian for Team Iron Lynx over the back of the Russian. Ollie Bierman, car 87 in 3rd place. Damage further back in the pack, which has taken out Vittorio Catino. And his teammate, can you believe, has come together with Nico Baptiste, the Colombian. Look at this, Nico Baptiste coming together with Vittorio Catino. They went side by side down into the chicane. Oh, the teammates, Gabriele Rosé, the team manager, will have to control something back in the transporter after the race. I'd suggest we stay clear of the paddock as the Mexican and Colombian come together in the chicane, and they're both out. Disappointment for the hugely successful in the past Korean Motorsport team, not this afternoon. So Josh Dirksen has fallen off just a little bit from Sebastian Montoya, who's got the best line down through the bottom part of the circuit. Smashes the ripple strip straight over the top of it. So I can tell you Eric Zuniga, whose teammate Josh Dirksen is on your screen, has pitted. They have put a new rear wing on the 23 Mook Motorsport team car, and he's rejoined the race. Sebastian Montoya in P6. The gap staying consistent for the moment. It is, well, officially I'll tell you it's 0.349 of a second between himself and Fornaroli just ahead. A similar gap back to Josh Dirksen, Tim Tramnitz, down to 3 seconds as Luke cuts down the lead to his teammate. US Racing running 1 and 2 again. The sun comes out to shine here in the south of France. Race 3, round 1 of the Italian F4 Championship, powered by Abarth, presented by WSK Promotion, in association with the Automobile Club of Italy, ACI Sport. And with that, finally, we have a safety car out on the circuit. The wrecked Korean Motorsport cars could not be retrieved safely, and so the lead of Tim Tramnitz of 3 seconds over his teammate simply disintegrates. Two-thirds race distance. Tim Tramnitz, race 2 winner this morning, looking to go 2 out of 3 here this weekend. His main rival so far this weekend, Kirill Small, is out after coming together with Nikita Bedran, who did pit and did rejoin way down the field. He's down in 35th place, as you can see, to the bottom left of your screen. Kirill Small is not even on the board, so it is Tim Tramnitz from Luke Browning, Ollie Bierman, P3, Lomko 4, Fornaroli, Montoya, Dirksen, Dufak, Simonazzi, Hamda. She's in 10th place. This is the 8th season of the Italian F4 Championship. Of course, Lance Stroll winning the inaugural title back in 2014. And it was Ralph Ferron in 2015. As you look at Vittorio Catino's car, this will take some time to remove. Marcus Siebert, we mentioned him a few moments ago, took the 2016 championship for Jensen Motorsport. Marcus Armstrong, the Kiwi, the Ferrari Academy driver, now racing in F2 with the Dams team. He won the 2017 championship a year before. Enzo Fittipaldi, Dennis Hauger in 2019, and the reigning champion Gabriele Mini, who took the 2020 championship for the Prema Power team. This is the first of 7 rounds for 2021. Before we go to Misano in 3 weeks' time on the 6th of June. And then Vallelunga on the 27th of June for round 3. And with that, we'll take a look at the highlights of what has happened in the first half of this race. From the start, Tim Tramnitz checked his mirrors. Both right and left took the traditional racing line and led the field down into turn 1. Fantastic start from Montoya from the second row of the grid to briefly go into second place. Kirill Small, Nikita Bedran, the 2 Russians come together as Vladislav Lomko, the remaining driver from the nation we once knew as the Soviet Union, blasted his way by up into 3rd place. Levente Revesh coming together with Eric Zuniga, taking off the rear wing of the 23 BWT Muka Motorsport team car, and then the two Cram Competition Motorsport entries. Nico Baptiste and Vittorio Catino come together in the chicane down the back Mistral Straight. That has brought out the safety car with just over 8 minutes plus 1 lap remaining of race 3, round 1 of the Italian F4 Championship for 2021. Tim Tramnitz, race 2 winner this morning, is leading. He did have 3 seconds over his teammate Luke Browning. The Brit in second place, the Brits plural in second and third. That's Ollie Bierman in car 87 for the Van Amersfoort Racing Team behind. Head of Vlad Lonko and Leo Fornaroli. That was Patrese going through behind Semi Magotunith and Victor Bernier, the two RHGP drivers. They're behind Maya, who is in P15, the third rookie in the field in her third ever car race. Marcus Aman going by ahead of Giorgio Marcogiannis. There is Eric Zuniga, the 23 car with a new rear wing. The BWT Muka Motorsport team have done superbly well to get the Mexican back in the race, even if he is down in 31st place. Just getting back to the calendar, this international series, it is the Italian Championship officially, the Italian National Series. We race on 5 different current Formula 1 Grand Prix circuits, including this Paul Ricard. From here we go to the Misano MotoGP circuit on the 6th of June, Vallelunga, outside the eternal city of Rome on the June the 27th, to Imola on July 25, to the fabulous Red Bull Ring in Austria on September 12th, Mugello on October 10, and the season final at the Cathedral of Speed, the Temple of Speed. Fastest track in Italy, that is Monza, on the last day of October. Hashtag Bernie's Backyard, the circuit owned by the man himself, Mr. Eccleston. This is possibly, I know it's a subjective comment, possibly the finest motorsport complex in the world, built half a century ago, after the circuit's namesake, Monsieur Paul Ricard, upgraded in the late 90s, and of course back on the Formula 1 calendar in 2018, hosting the French F1 Grand Prix, not in 6 weeks' time, but in 5 on June 20. There is the remaining Cram Motorsport car. We are still trying to remove it. It is in a precarious position, halfway down the Mistral Straight. The front right, unsteerable, forget undrivable. Vittorio Catino and Nico Baptiste, the Colombian, both out. I'll jump the fence back to the paddock and explain to the team manager, Gabriele Rosé, exactly what happened. I'm not sure if Gabriele speaks Spanish, but that is going to be a heated argument between the Colombian and the Mexican at the conclusion of this race. There are the clouds rolling in. Well, maybe the Android weather app did have a point, but the rain that was forecast for exactly 4 p.m. did not eventuate. We are on a dry circuit using the Pirelli slick tyres, of course. And Tim Tramnitz is about to lead the field around to complete lap 11 behind the safety car, race 3 of round 1 of the Italian Series, the first round for 2021. Still at least 1 more lap behind the safety car. Lorenzo Patrese going through, ahead of Kasper Stuka. Car 37, the pole, ahead of Francesco Braschi. Good to see the Italian, who's the 6th rookie, as Lorenzo goes by the AKM Motorsport car 12. Braschi was in the wall on lap 1 of race 2 earlier this morning, so great to see him out on track, and it looks as though he will greet the checkered flag, albeit down in 20th place. That's better than being in the wall at the bottom part of the circuit. Still waiting for word from race control. Our race director, Mr. Alessandro Ferrari. We will go green at the end of this one. For the moment, it is still the safety car which is controlling the pace from the two US racing drivers of Tim and Luke. The Brits in second and third. The German in P1. Tim Trumnitz, Rookie of the Year in 2020 in the German series. Actually did pick up one outright win. I believe that was at, I stand corrected on this, it may have been at Oschersleben. Regardless, he did win one race at the end of 2020, took the rookie title, finished 4th overall. And if he can hold on for another 3 minutes plus 1 lap, he will lead the series going into Misano in 3 weeks' time as the safety car prepares to pull into pit lane at the end of this lap. It will be a 2, possibly 3 lap sprint to the flag. Tim Trumnitz from Hamburg in Germany. He won race 2 this morning. He had a 3-second lead over his teammate Luke Browning. That has evaporated. He knows how to lead the field around behind the safety car and control the pace. He did it brilliantly this morning. It was barely more than walking pace. Fornaroli, car 72, the top Italian, in P5 for Team Iron Lynx. The lights are off on the safety car. Tim slows the pack right back. The German in P1 will control the pace as he did this morning. Checks his mirrors, stares at his mirrors. In his car 8 of his teammate right behind. Here's an opportunity for Ollie Bierman, car 87 for the Van Amersfoort racing team. The Brit who stalled in race 2 this morning fought back brilliantly to finish in P9. He's got another shot at an outright race win here this afternoon. Tim is gone. Already with a nice lead over his teammate Luke Brown as they accelerate onto the start-finish straight, and we sprint to the checkered flag. Tim races down the start-finish straight. This enormous field of 37 cars, which is now down to 32 with the retirements. Tim Trumnitz, Luke Browning, Ollie Bierman run 1, 2, 3. There's Josh on the outside of Josh. That's Dufek on Dirksen for 7 and 8. Tim Trumnitz, Luke Browning, Ollie Bierman, Montoya over the back of the top Italian, Leo Fornaroli. Dirksen and Dufek just behind. And it's Simonazzi Hamder in P10. Benzfelin, Santiago Ramos, a clean restart. We expect this to be the penultimate lap. They race up the Mistral Straight for the penultimate time. Tim Trumnitz already with a nice lead, and Ollie Bierman looking to attack. Look at Jonas Reed in the background, trying to go down the inside and take Benzfelin. He's done it. Nice move by the second generation racer. Not the Jonas brothers, it's one of the Reed brothers, whose father Christian won the European Le Mans Series a couple of years ago. Jonas takes Benz and moves up to the final position on the top 10 as Ollie Bierman is under attack from Vlad Lomko on the penultimate lap. The Russian down the inside and almost runs into the back of Bierman, runs off the road and throws away his shot at a podium finish this afternoon. Almost ran into the back of Ollie Bierman. Nervous moment for Vlad Lomko. Incredibly has managed to hold the position as Montoya has a big look at the back of Fornaroli on the final corner of the penultimate lap. There's Dirksen and Dufek. Josh versus Josh. The last lap board comes out. Tim races down the start-finish straight. He is just under 6 kilometres away from taking victory and the championship lead in the Italian F4 Championship. Fornaroli holds off the attack of Montoya. Car 6 in position 5. Bierman, Lomko, Well, maybe there's another opportunity coming up for the Russian. Ran way off the circuit, did not lift, and he's still in position 4. Added an extra 100 meters or so to his lap as Sebastian goes through in car 6. The final lap for Tim. P1, he's already got 1.5 seconds over his teammate Ollie Bierman. He's gone. Tim will win. Tim will take the championship lead into the next round at Misano on the 6th of June. Checks his left side mirror. Ollie Bierman in second place. Luke Browning, he's been the big loser out of that, was looking at a podium. But the second Brit, the second US racing team driver, is down in 6th place. Car 70, Tim Tramnitz, as Lomko has a big look, trying to defend. Also from Leo Fornaroli, the top Italian, not far off the podium. Montoya, unless these two come to grief, which is possible, we hope that does not happen. Montoya will miss out this afternoon. A great drive, though, for the German, Tim Tramnitz. He won race 2 this morning, and he has dominated here this afternoon. He had a 3-second lead. It was interrupted by the safety car. No problem for Tim. Races down through the hill into the final corner for the final time. He goes 2 out of 3, Tim Tramnitz from Hamburg. The German wins again here in the south of France. Tramnitz wins race 3 of the Italian F4 Championship. He is now the series leader after we wrap up the first round of the 2021 Championship. Bierman across the line in second place. Look at this further back in the race. Ramos, Bernier, Megatunif and Bizzotto. They finish in that order just outside the top 10. We'll check out the results for you in total in just a few moments, but no doubt about the race winner. Tim Tramnitz has won. He has dominated, in fact, winning over Ollie Bierman, and Vlad Lomko does, in fact, can you believe, get the final place on the podium. There is the race winner, Tim Tramnitz, car 70 for US Racing. Ollie Bierman in second place. Lomko is 3. Fornaroli 4. Sebastian Montoya 5. And I do have to correct myself. It was Luke Browning who ran off the circuit in 6th place ahead of Josh Simonazzi and Jonas Reed in the final position inside the top 10. Tim Tramnitz for US Racing, the German driver, the German team, wins here in the south of France, the first round of the Italian Championship. 37 cars in the field, an enormous field, which may well get even bigger for the next round of the series on the 6th of June at Misano. The championship lead being held by Tim after 2 race wins here this weekend. Hamda, unfortunately, as you can see, finishing a lap down after she was running in 7th position earlier on in the race. Showed superb speed. We'll see her back for the next round of the series. And the non-finishers, look at the 2 Russians down at the bottom. Kirill Smul, who won race 1 yesterday, a DNF here this afternoon. Incidentally, I told you 37 cars. Conrad Larsen did not make the start of race 3. That's why there was only 36 on the leaderboard here this afternoon. Tim Tramnitz, what a performance. Rookie of the Year in the German Series in 2020 with an outright race win. 2 outright race wins here this weekend, here today. And here's the championship leader as we head into the second round of the series at Misano. Pulls into pit lane. Well, we've had a very international field competing in the Italian Series since 2014. Never a German driver. As I quickly check my notes, no, that's the case. Well, could Tim be the first? He certainly got 2021 off to a fantastic start, as he takes a victory in race 2 and victory in race 3 here this afternoon. Jonas Reed, you can see, has just pulled into Parc Fermé. He was the top rookie. Maya, she's the second rookie. And Francesco Braschi, that's a good recovery for the Italian. He's the third rookie home. There's the outright race winner. Tim wins for US Racing once again here at Paul Ricard. The top rookie is Jonas Reed, 10th outright for the young German. So the German's winning outright. The German's winning the rookie category. The rookie win for BWT Muka Motorsport. Probably more impressive is the fact that he finished 10th outright, did young Jonas.
Hast du genug Reifen übrig gelassen? Alter, ich hab noch so viel übrig. Du bist direkt deine persönlich beste gefahren nach Restart. Ja, war voll entspannt. Ja, wirklich. Das ist doch gut.
Konnte keiner hinterherkommen, auch nicht nach dem Restart.
Nee. Nö. Ja, also. Richtig gut. Am Anfang gut Reifen. Nimmt den, ja?
We'll take a look at the highlights of race 3 in just a moment, which was won by this driver on your screen, Tim Tramnitz. The German started on pole position, a perfect launch alongside Ollie Bierman, but once again Montoya from the second row of the grid with one almighty send down into turn 1, took position 2 as Vlad Lomko almost ran off the road. Montoya in second place, but at this early stage of the race, the German was already gone. The two Russians come together. Kirill Smul, the race 1 winner for the Prema Power team, together with Nikita for Van Amersfoort Racing. Kirill would retire. Super Dice further back in the pack. Levent Terevesh, however, came together with Eric Zuniga. The Mexican turned around. The Muka Motorsport team did superbly to fit a new rear wing on the 23 car, the two Cran competition drivers. Catino, wow, look at the fists waving there. Catino and Nico Baptiste coming together. That brought out the safety car, but it was not enough to stop Tim Tramnitz. Luke Browning, it was in fact who ran off the circuit, threw away the possibility of another podium. Possibility of a US Racing 1-2. It did not matter as Tim, his teammate, took the checkered flag for the second time today to take the championship lead into the second round of the series at Misano, I should say, in 3 weeks' time. Vlad Lomko, it's a US Racing 1-3, let's remember that. He's in third place, second for Ollie, for Van Amersfoort Racing, the Brit. And standing on the top step of the podium for the second time today from Hamburg in Germany, it's Tim Tramnitz. The Italian F4 Championship here at Paul Ricard. Round 1 is done. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at Misano on June the 6th.